Okay, I will start recording now. Not an issue. And next. Now I would like to define operating system. Right? Operating system. It is an interface between user and computer hardware. Okay, this is the definition of operating system. It is an interface between user and the computer hardware. And the next point you need to understand is another name for the operating system. Another name for OS is resource manager. Right? So why it is called as resource manager? What is the purpose of calling it as a resource manager? Right? So for that you need to understand what is a resource. What are the system resources? CPU is a resource. Main memory is a resource. Secondary memory is also a resource. Input output devices, those are called as peripherals shortly. So these are all printer, your monitor, all those are called, comes under input output devices. All these are called as system resources. All these resources are managed by the operating system. So that is the reason why it is called as resource manager. Why? Okay. All the system resources are managed by OS. So that is the reason why operating system is called as resource manager. What are the resources? What are the examples of resources? CPU, processor, main memory, secondary memory, IO devices. IO devices mean peripherals, maybe input output devices, printer, monitor, all these are comes under resources. So that is the reason why operating system is called as resource manager. Okay. So what is the definition of operating system? It is an interface between user and the computer hardware. So I will explain why it is an interface between the user and the computer hardware. So we need to justify this particular line, right? It is not just a line. We need to make the justification for each and every line what we convey to others. It is an interface between user and the computer hardware. I already told you the initial software loaded into the main memory is operating system. Until and unless it is not loaded to the main memory, the system is not ready to use. That means the user cannot work with an applications. Where all the applications are available? Your system software and application software all are available in the computer, right? Whenever you want to use these things, automatically user is willing to use all these things. User is willing to use all these things, right? So if you want to use all these things, automatically the operating system has to manage the computer, right? So between the user and the computer hardware, operating system is working as a mediator, intermediator, right? So that is the reason why the definition of operating system is, it is an interface between user and the computer hardware. Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. Initially, OS is available in the hard disk. That means in your secondary memory. OS is available in secondary memory. whenever you turn on your machine, it will be loaded. OS will be loaded from secondary memory to this is a main memory. It will be loaded from 0th location to some 1024, for example. This is a base address. Base address means starting address. Okay. Secondary memory is a permanent memory. Secondary memory is a permanent memory. Okay. Whereas this is a main memory, right? Main memory is a temporary memory. That means when the power is on, the machine is working. At that particular moment of time only, the operating system is available. For example, if you want to run any of the C programming. For example, reverse rev.c. Whenever you want to run this program, automatically the main memory is divided into blocks. That rev.c is loaded from secondary memory to main memory. So what it is called? It is called memory allocation. It will be done by the operating system. Once you run the C programming, now you don't want to keep the application in the main memory. Operating system don't want to keep the application in the main memory. Once your execution is done, automatically whatever the memory allocated to the rev.c will be deallocated. From the memory. So free up the memory. It is called, that is deallocation. Right? Up to this point, I already told you. Again, why I would like to convey this is, for example, in your machine, there are so many applications, rev.c, and next now we want to play MP3 player, and you want to set something in the Google. So what you will do? Google Chrome. You want to open the Google Chrome. So automatically Google Chrome will be loaded from secondary memory to main memory. We want to run the C programming at the same time. So rev.c also, this is Google Chrome and this is rev.c. At the same time, we want to work with a machine with the music. So you want to play the music also. So now Google Chrome is also in the main memory. rev.c also is in main memory. MP3 player is also in the main memory. Okay. So all these three things are in the main memory. So whenever the things are available in the main memory, automatically CPU can access the main memory. So CPU can run these applications. There is only one CPU responsible for running all applications, right? So what will happen? The same CPU is switched to MP3. The same CPU running the rev.c. So from one application to another application, it will be switched like one application to another application. So switching the CPU from one application to another application will be done by the operating system again. CPU switching. CPU switching means, or we can call it as scheduling. So how many processes are there in the main memory? In our example, how many are in main memory?
So
3 process.
3 process. Very good, ma. 3 process. We need to call it as a process. We should not call it as a program. What is the difference between program and a process? If it is in the secondary memory, rev.c is called as a program. Program means set of instructions, right?
the execution state on the process.
When we load a program from secondary memory to main memory, that means that particular program is ready to executed by the CPU. At that particular moment of time, we should not call it as a program. We need to call it as
Process.
That is the reason why the definition of process is program under
execution.
process means program under execution. That means that program is now executed by the CPU. It is going to execute by the CPU. So at that particular moment of time, we should not call it as a program. We need to call it as a process. Right? Now in a main memory, how many processes are there? 3 processes. For example, P1, P2, P3. It is a C programming, it may be MP3, and it may be a Google Chrome. All these 3 processes are need to be scheduled. That means these 3 programs need to be given to CPU for the execution. Who will schedule? Who will schedule? Who will schedule the CPU to processes? P1,
CPU scheduling algorithms.
No. The CPU need to be scheduled to P1. The same CPU need to be scheduled to P2. The same CPU need to be scheduled to P3. The scheduling will, which one, P1 need to
Operating system does that.
Which one need to be executed first? We need to give CPU to P1 or P2 or P3. For which one we need to give the CPU first? That is a different question. P1 first execute outunna, P2 na, P3 na, which one will be allocated to the CPU first? It will be decided by the scheduling algorithms. It will be decided by the scheduling algorithms. It is different. My question is, who assign or allocate CPU to processes? That is my question.
Operating systems.
Who allocate? Who allocate processor to processes? Who allocate CPU to process? Operating system will allocate. Right? OS is responsible for assigning CPU to processes which are in main memory. Is it clear? So that is called as CPU scheduling. Right? It is one of the responsibility of operating system. So what is the first responsibility? Memory management. I already told you memory management is the first responsibility, and second one is the CPU scheduling. Like that, it is responsible for file management. It is responsible for device management. That means input output device management. Is it clear for you all? Likewise, we have so many operating system services. Those topics are comes under operating system services. Okay. I think you might have a class now, right? At 12:30 you have a class, right? Anyone please respond?
12:30 to 1 lunch break, ma'am.
Now it is your lunch break, na?
12:30 to 1:30 lunch break, ma'am. 1:30 class on Monday.
1:30 to at what time?
1:30 to 2:30.
Again 2:30 to 3:30 there will be a class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The 2:30 to 3:30 class will be your operating system class, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So all the 66 participants, now whoever the participants not attend the class till now need to attend to that class. Why? Because I will show you the PPT and I will let you know. So whatever we discussed so far, we will discuss the same thing with the help of a PPT, and I will cover operating system services too, right? So don't forget the timings, 2:30 to 3:30. So I require all of you need to attend the session. Okay. So I don't want to consume much time. I don't want to take your valuable lunch break time. So enjoy eating. So we will meet at 12:30. Sorry, 2:30. Okay. Thank you. Up to this, so far you have any doubts? That fellows can ask me the questions. I will be available to you. Up to this point, is it clear to everyone or any ambiguity?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
మేడం
Yeah, tell me.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి చెప్తున్నారు కదా మేడం మీరు.
Ah,
ఓకే మేడం. అంటే 28 మిడ్ అన్నారు అంటే స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి
28 mid na
మిడ్ అన్నారు మేడం, అందుకని
28 mid మీరు ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వకుండానే ఎగ్జామ్కి వెళ్ళి రాసేలా చేసే రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ నాది. ఓకే
సో ఓకే మేడం.
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ. I will share the PPTs to you. So I will prepare the PPTs on my own. So no need to worry. The language is very simple and you can easily understand. Even if you are not comfortable with the PPTs that are very much loaded, you feel that they are very much loaded, ma'am, we cannot gone through all the PPTs. They are very clumsy and we are not able to understand the PPTs. At that particular moment of time, for your convenience, I will change the PPT also. If you are not comfortable with the PPT, what I gave to you, right?
ఓకే మేడం.
No problem. I will cover the syllabus. So initially, if you are not comfortable with all these basic things, it will be very difficult for me and difficult for you to understand. So that is the reason why. So what exactly happened in your system? We need to understand the first. If we understand the basic things, then we can rock. Not a problem.
ఓకే మేడం.
Thank
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Can I end the session?
ఓకే మేడం.
Okay. Bye.